Let's kick it into high pace. Grab your mates, it's time to unlock NHL Bar Talk.
Layup, get the damn hoop.
We go shot here.
The easiest I've ever to answer.
I'm actually gonna go crazy. I'm gonna buy everybody around.
We're all in this game, let the good times shake.
And it's great to be back with everybody on Big Apple Hockey's Bar Talk, where we're gauging our confidence on these NHL topics based on our choice of drink. So confidently buying around, so still have beer or, oh, God, I need a shot. Play along down in the comments below, guys. And, of course, Big Apple Hockey trucker hats and shirts are available. And since it's Wednesday, just remember, tomorrow's Wednesday, I should say. Remember, Boss Croker's Wing Wednesday. Come on down, $40 wings, $2 tacos, $4 Miller Lights and Yinglings, and the World Cup game is going to be on tomorrow night. So go ahead, come on down and watch that. Also, you'd be able to watch us later on in the night, because if I was down, I'd be throwing this on right now. But Anthony, you look at what Pavel Dorofeyev has done already in his young NHL career, but this season, 20 power play goals, second in the league to Wyatt Johnston's 27. Just in case if you didn't hear me accentuate the T in there, Wyatt Johnston. So I'll do it again. And so he's second in the league with 20. Mika Zibanejad had 15 goals. That was fifth in the league. So the question is, Pavel Dorofeyev will lead the Rangers in power play goals.
I'm going to go round. I know Zibanejad has that huge shot in the power play, but I think Dorofeyev has, a really, really great shot and release himself. I think they're going to try to feature him a lot. It might be close, but I'm going to say round.
Okay. This is why I talk about deployment, Anthony, and this is why it scares the hell out of me. Because let's say if you're going Zibanejad and he likes to be in that like left point, that left spot, and move around. Then you have Miller likes to be up there too. So then where does Miller go? Does Miller go into the bumper? Then does Dorofeyev go off to the left, the right wing side, Fox at the point, and does that put Lafreniere in front? Lafreniere is no Chris Kreider, and I mean Miller is closer to Kreider in that aspect as far as deflecting the puck. I just don't know. I don't see it exactly yet. And does Gabriel Perreault get a shot up there? That's why I'm going to go beer, because I think it's definitely going to be still Mika Zibanejad. Because they know how to deploy him. I don't know if they know how to deploy Dorofeyev. But this is also one reason why you get this guy, to improve your power play. Do they go with two different units? How about that for a crazy idea? Go with two different units and have them equally try to score on the power play, which that's just something I don't understand why the NHL got away from it, but because a lot of teams did that. All right, let's go over to the Islanders and Matthew Darche, who said he's not expecting any significant changes to the roster. But the Islanders would be smart to stand pat.
I know a lot of Islander fans would say shot. They're kind of upset about it. But it's twofold. They do have a lot of guys on the roster with trade protection. That's one. And two, I think he wants to stay the course. I mean, they finally built up a really, really good prospect pool. And I don't think in this stage in their development, he wants to give up any of their prime assets. He doesn't want to trade an Yzerman or, Aitchison or Eklund, and rightfully so. I mean, those guys are likely their future. That said, they were in second place the majority of the season, and they blew it at the end. I think that the appetite to get into the playoffs is real. I think they recognize that they should have been in the playoffs. So at the same time, you want to take a step forward. You don't want to take a step back. But to your point, Mark, even with the same roster, they're probably not taking a step back just because you have a full year of Pete DeBoer to implement his system and the way he wants them to play in training camp. So I'm twofold on it. Would I like to see huge changes? Not huge changes, but like a big addition, sure. But this doesn't also mean that he's not. GMs say one thing and do the other all the time. So I do expect him to be in Mason Marchment, who was tied to Pete DeBoer, would be a good Lee replacement, younger, 50-point guy, best to play against. So that's a huge possibility, although he's going to be highly sought after. Jason Robertson, do they get involved in that? I mean, there's been a lot of smoke that if he's not traded, today, that he might get an offer sheet tomorrow. So, LeBron said that that's actually a real thing. They say it every year, but they think the team very well might do that. Would the Islanders do it? I mean, they have the requirements. They have all their firsts going forward. The question is, do you want to give up your first-round pick for 4 years in a row? Because that's how much the dollar AAV would be.
Mm-hmm.
And does Robertson want to be reunited with the board? So obviously that's possible. But that said, there's really no one else out there that he can make significant changes with. I mean, you heard the smoke about Barzal. I really don't buy it. I don't think he's going anywhere. So from there, Dylan Larkin, I don't know. So yeah, I know there's a lot of words, there's a lot of information there, but I'll kind of land back on beer on that. And the reason it's a beer for me, it's because of DeBoer. If it was any other coach, if Wah was still there and they were going to run it back, I would say shot. But because of DeBoer, I'm going to say beer. Borderline round almost, but I'm gonna
And Anthony, this is where I agree with you. I'm going to go beer on this as well for a couple different reasons. First, let's look at and let's do the typical Phil thing, because the language of it, what was said by Darsh, he doesn't expect any significant changes. So in that case, I think you can add a Mason Marchment, and it's not a significant change. The other thing is a lot of the guys that they kind of want to take a look at, whether it's Cole Yzerman or William Eklund Victor Eklund, because his brother went elsewhere. He went to Ottawa. But those are guys that they want to take a look at, see what they got first, maybe. But then again, if the situation presents itself, let's go back to what he says. He doesn't expect any big changes. If they get handed an opportunity to get Jason Robertson, you throw a lot of those guys. Yeah. It's like, go, boom. And so that's for starters with him and what the language on this is. I actually kind of can't help but think about the Simpsons when Lisa gets world peace with the monkey paw, and it's the United Nations where it's two countries just going back and forth, going the two ambassadors. Oh, sorry about the Falklands, old boy. Oh, don't worry, they were yours. Or the Futurama where you have the enemies hugging, or in the movie Airplane they did it. That would be kind of what it's like for Mason Marchment walking into that locker room and going, "Oh, hi, Matt. You remember that two-hander you gave me last year?"
And I think NHL players they don't put any. It's like once he's in that room, it's all forgotten. It
could be even more so on top of that. Like, take, for instance, in the book Earned. I know I've been talking about this book a lot because I love the book. I recommend it to everybody. The Chris Pronger book, Earned. And the very beginning was written by Teemu Selanne. And Selanne, the first day him and Pronger ran into each other in Anaheim, he just turned around, gave him a huge hug, and said, Prongy, we're going to win the cup. Yeah. And that's what it could be in those situations where you got this guy you were competing against. Now you're no longer competing against him. Now he's on your team, and it's just going to enhance things. I think Mason Marchment is a slam dunk for the Islanders. Go get him. Go get him right now. Put him in the books. And he's a DeBoer guy, and he's gonna. He's also a guy that just plays the New York Islanders role. He plays two ways. He's pesky. He's got that attitude. I would gobble him up in a heartbeat. And one guy who could be on the move, a lot of different rumors going on about him, Norris Trophy winner Zach Werenski. And according to Pierre LeBrun, Zach Werenski would consider a trade to Toronto. Toronto is the best fit for Zach Werenski.
So while this is a possibility, I think this is a case of yet another American player. Granted, he plays for the Blue Jackets or in America, but he wants to play for a good a team that's going to be bona fide to make the playoffs. And I know with Austin Matthews there and Nylander and adding the first pick of McKenna, they certainly have the capability of bouncing back to make the playoffs. But I'm going to go shot here because I don't think I think the point is of him leaving Columbus, frustrated with not playing playoff hockey, I think he wants to go to a team that's going to be a bona fide contender, just how Brady Tkachuk went to the Panthers. So while he may consider him, I don't think they're the best fit for him. I think he would want to go to a team like Tampa has been heavily linked to him. Carolina have been linked to him. I think he's gonna prioritize winning and competing right now. So for that reason, I'm gonna say shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna say shot too, because also here's another thing that goes into that. Yeah, Austin Matthews currently is still on that roster, but Anthony, the Atlantic Division is starting to turn into the murderer's row. And you're looking at all the teams that are in there. I have no idea how Ottawa thinks that they've improved that roster at all. They probably have resigned themselves to the fact that they didn't. Sam Urson, is he really going to be the answer in goal? I know they still got Linus Ullmark. I know they still got Merrilainen, I think was the other goaltender. I just really hope I didn't forget his name completely as I said that. But as far as the Senators go, they're going to take a step back. Montreal is obviously going to take a step forward. So is Buffalo is resurrecting themselves. Oh my goodness. You're going to hear again. We talk about this every single time I bring them up because I gotta eat crow on it. I had Buffalo left for dead in December 7th. Ironically, Pearl Harbor Day had them left for dead. And then they're the best team in the Eastern Conference and the second best team in the Eastern Conference. So just wow with that. And maybe there might be a trade coming. We'll see about that. That could really enhance the Buffalo Sabres chances. But you look at Florida rising like a phoenix and maybe Tampa Bay takes a step back, but maybe not, might not be too much. There's a lot that could be going on in the Atlantic. Maybe if I'm Werenski, I might look to say Dallas or something like that, or try to maybe get away from these teams. And maybe because I don't think anybody in the Metro is really doing that. And
Philly apparently is interested, and so is Carolina. But yeah,
they could all be interested. But it kind of seems like a prerequisite of a lot of these guys that are getting moved from Team USA or the ones that have interest. They were all in that group chat that suddenly hockey fans want a subpoena. But guys, it's like, guys, get over that. All right, let's move on to the next one because we have the Florida Panthers. They finished with 84 points. We've been talking about them all day. We're going to be talking about them more because Anthony, the Florida Panthers will win the Atlantic next season.
Yeah, I'm going to say get the hoop on this one. I think, healthy Barkov, also a healthy, rested, probably fully recovered Tkachuk in terms of Matthew. You just added Brady Tkachuk. To go along with all the other pieces they have there, Sam Reinhart, Carter Verhaeghe, Bennett, Lundell, Luosterainen. Yeah, it's a wrap for me. I think they're going to be back with a vengeance, and it's round.
Anthony, this is confusing to me because I think they could win it. Obviously, I'm not sure if they want to. That's so perplexing to say it like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if they want to win it, but they could easily just go into the season, go about their business, march along, and when a push comes to shove, like 2 years ago last year, I should say, won the Stanley Cup for the second time, they kind of didn't prioritize where they placed. They just kind of said, we're going to be wherever we're going to be. We're going to get who we get. They got Tampa Bay. I predicted Tampa Bay to win that series, and they stomped Tampa Bay. So I'm not going to say it's that important to them. I'm going to say it's going to be a beer, and they're just going to go and say, hey, it's going to be this. Now, on the other hand, Anthony, they could also be the team that they knocked out at the beginning of all this run which was the Boston Bruins, who set the points record, and they could just go at it with a vengeance. Or even the 2002 Red Wings come to mind, of all those veterans coming together to just obliterate everybody that came in their way. Jacob Markstrom, is he the answer in that? I don't know. We're going to see about that when the season goes. We know he's every other year Markstrom. So, and can he handle the workload? Although, again, as our friend Jim Behringer said it best, any goalie could play in that system and succeed. All right, and let's go to our last one right here. Oh, wait, sorry, we got two more. We got a big RFA class, Anthony, and Connor Bedard leads the RFA class. Let me bring up the rest of them that's in this article, even though some of them have already been re-signed. But the top RFAs, this is from NHL.com. And you have, it's this one. You got Connor Bedard, Leo Carlson, Igor Shinnikov, Pavel Dorofeyev, obviously already resigned, Adam Fantilli, Connor Gauthier. There's a lot of good RFAs that are on the market. So, Anthony, my question as I still scroll through these. Connor Bedard or a big-time RFA will sign an offer sheet.
I don't think anybody's going to offer sheet Bedard. Chicago has $36 million of cap space. You just be spinning wheels there. I do think there's real smoke behind Robertson getting an offer sheet. I think a team, I'm going to go round. I think barring, like I said, Robertson being traded before noon tomorrow, I think he's going to get an offer sheet. I do. I'll be bold. Insiders have talked about it. I say someone offer sheets him. Aside from him, I mean, I think a team would obviously love to get a hand on Leo Carlson or Connor Gauthier. But again, Anaheim has $44 million of cap space. Granted, they only have 3 defensemen signed, so they have work to do. But again, I think Anaheim would match any of those. So, but Robertson is a real possibility. Dallas is no secret. They tried to trade him. I think they would take the 4 first-round picks if someone gave it to them.
I'm interested to see on a lot of these guys, and I don't think many of them, the franchises cannot let go. We talked about this before with Neil Smith, when it's actually our most popular video in the shorts, where it's the Joe Sakic signing back when that was 5 first-round draft picks, and the Rangers gladly would have forked them all away, especially they wasted them. But you look at guys that are on this list: Leo Carlson, Shinnikov, Dorofeyev was on there, but now the Rangers re-signed him. And one name is kind of standing out to me as a guy that I don't know what his future is, and that's Adam Fantilli. Now, would this qualify as a big time RFA? I don't know, but I do think it might take some serious chutzpah, if you will, to go after Robertson, knowing that you have to give up the 4 first-round draft picks and pay him. But on the other hand, I think with Fantilli, maybe you might get him to change the scenery. And then what would the thinking pattern be with Columbus? I know every GM's got the apprehension of it going, well, if I sign their guy to an offer sheet, are they going to come after mine? As we saw with Kasperi Kotkaniemi. But it's a conundrum, but it's also, this is where the business side of it comes in. And you know what? I think, Anthony, you said it before, we're long overdue for some offer sheet action. And let's get it to be exciting again. Let's make hockey offseason exciting again, although it is. Usually it's really quick. But one name is left. How do we go from talking about Connor Bedard potentially signing an offer sheet to the bigger name after that? Well, one has to do with Connor Hellebuyck. And the trade rumors are swirling all around about him. If you haven't seen Kevin Weeks' tweets, that's where he's got the eyes. Watch out for Connor Hellebuyck. And you look at the different teams that could go get him. Maybe they have the assets. Maybe they got something to give Winnipeg. I don't know what could possibly come back the other way for Connor Hellebuyck. But Anthony, Buffalo is the best location for him.
Yeah, so he's been linked to Buffalo. He's been linked to Carolina. Friedman was just saying he heard around the draft that it looked like there could have been a deal in place where Winnipeg got UPL 4th overall and a couple other pieces, but Buffalo decided it just didn't feel right. It was too many pieces. So, Charlie, I'm sure they're probably still discussing it. It seems like at this point, I want to say there's a very good chance he's going to be traded. Best location, I'm going to say round, just because Carolina's been mentioned, but Carolina just won the cup with a tandem of Freddie Anderson and Brendan Bussey. So I think they've proved that they don't need a Connor Hellebuyck to win the cup. I think with Buffalo, I think he might be could be a missing piece there. So I'm going to say round. Aside from Buffalo, Carolina, I mean, Edmonton needs a goalie, but he's not waving from to leave Winnipeg, just go to Edmonton. He wants to come to the United States. So Florida's now out with Markstrom. They've been talked about, so he's not going there anymore. So New Jersey, but from what I heard as early as today, the trade of Markstrom wasn't linked to Hellebuyck. I think it was Dreger that said that. So it doesn't seem like he's going to be going to Jersey either. Florida just signed Dan Vladar to an extension. I think they're happy with him. So I'm gonna go round. I'm gonna say Buffalo is the best location.
Oh, you meant Philadelphia just signed with Dan Vladar. So,
yeah, what I said.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm gonna say round on this one because now the Buffalo defense now looks like it's a formidable defense, and they're gonna look to even improve on it more. I like Byram, 4th overall pick for Byram. Yikes. That was a lot to even think about, even just right now. And I think it works best for him if he goes to Buffalo, because he goes to Buffalo, he'll become a legend over there. If he goes to, let's say, New Jersey and they go on somehow to win a cup, he'll still be talked about as, at best, the second best goalie in Jersey history. So Buffalo, he would be, they would already be making the statue for him if halfway through this season. So that's the one, and they got the best amount of assets. They could probably give something back to Winnipeg. It's confusing though on this one, and this is one reason why I always ask this: why wouldn't they make this trade before the draft? Because if they're telling me they could have gotten the 4th overall pick, maybe they could still get Daxon Rudolph out of them, but 4th overall pick plus players and maybe even another 1st rounder, maybe 2. Why not? I mean, you could have done that earlier, but it could be something CBA wise. Like there's the rumors of Vinny Trocheck potentially being traded, and it's because the Rangers have to pay him a roster bonus, but it's that they have to wait on that. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do that right now. I do think it's a great spot for him. I would love it if he would go to Buffalo. And it's funny. I spent so many years just ragging on Sabres and the Sabres fan, not really the Sabres fans. I ragged on the Sabres for years. And Anthony, now I can't help but root for this team. It's just like, and I know there's going to be Ranger fans that are going to turn around and go, "Oh, Buffalo turned it around in one season." Oh, shut up. I don't believe a team led by JT Miller could turn it around in one season or ever. That's a different story.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.